All right, welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into a result that honestly nobody saw coming, the Spanish Super Cup final.
Yeah, Barcelona just completely took Real Madrid apart in this one.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
So we've got some in-depth match reports and player ratings from Goal.com, India, and Sportstar. We're going to use those to
really break it down.
see how it happened.
Understand what it means.
Exactly. What does this mean going forward? You know, this wasn't...
Huge implications.
Huge implications. This wasn't just any Super Cup, right?
Right.
For Barcelona, this was their first trophy since 2023.
This is a sign.
A statement. They're back, right?
They are back. They are back under Hansi Flick. They're a force to be reckoned with.
And for Real Madrid, I mean, they were looking for revenge, right? After that brutal 4-0 loss back in October to Barcelona in La Liga.
Yeah, they were out for blood, and they got
served some humble pie.
They sure did.
So the match was on January 13th, 2025 at the King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Now, it started off kind of like what we expected, I guess.
Well, everyone thought Real Madrid would come out swinging.
Right? Real Madrid, they drew first blood. They scored first.
Mbappé, 5 minutes in. Textbook counterattack, just like we've seen from them so many times before.
Seemed like they were in control, right?
Yeah, total control.
But then...
Enter Lamine Yamal.
This kid, this 17-year-old...
He's 10 years old.
Scores this unbelievable goal.
Cutting in from the right, curling it into the bottom corner. Just beautiful. People are already comparing him to a young Messi.
You see it. You see the comparison.
Yeah, I see it, and I'm not even afraid to say it. He was that good.
I mean, could this be the start of something really special for Barcelona? A passing of the torch?
I think so.
Especially
after what happened next.
All right, so walk us through it.
So, a clumsy challenge on Gavi inside the box.
Penalty.
And who steps up? Robert Lewandowski, the Iceman himself.
Yeah.
Slots at home, no problem. Barcelona takes the lead.
It felt like that penalty was a turning point.
Yeah, like a switch flipped for Barcelona.
Suddenly.
All of a sudden, they were just dominant.
Dominant.
And you want to talk about dominant? Raphinha. This guy was on another level.
2 goals in the first half?
2 goals, each one more impressive than the last. The first one, a powerful header. Perfect timing.
Just rose above everyone.
Like a salmon. And the second one, oh, this was special. He just danced past Tchouaméni. I mean, made him look silly.
I read Sportstar described it as humiliating for Vasquez, who was supposed to be marking him.
Yeah, poor Vasquez.
Yeah.
Just couldn't handle the skill, the pace, the everything. Raphinha had it all.
So Goal.com even mentioned that based on this performance, he could be in contention for the Ballon d'Or.
You know, it might be a little early to say this.
It's January.
It's January. But honestly, if he keeps this up, I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, is he playing at that level right now?
He is.
Yeah.
He absolutely is. And it wasn't just individual brilliance. Goal.com was really highlighting the speed and precision of those Barcelona attacks, especially their counterattacks.
Relentless.
Like a pack of wolves, just hunting down that ball.
That 4th goal, that was just classic, wasn't it? Real Madrid has a corner.
Which they waste.
They waste it.
Cleared right out.
And within seconds...
Barcelona is off to the races. It's Alejandro Balde finishing it off.
4-1 at halftime.
You could have scripted it.
Unbelievable. Nobody saw that coming.
It was like watching a completely different Barcelona team than we've seen in the last few years.
So, Real Madrid, I mean, they're down by 3 goals at halftime. What do they do? How do they respond?
Well, let's just say it didn't get much better for them. I mean, the second half starts.
Oh, no.
And Raphinha, guess what?
Oh, no.
Scores again, 5-1.
At this point,
Real Madrid...
I mean, how do you even come back from that 5-goal down against Barcelona?
It's almost impossible.
Even for Real Madrid.
Yeah. But then, there's a twist.
A twist? What happened?
Wojciech Szczęsny.
Barcelona's keeper,
yeah, he gets a straight red card.
Red card, what did he do?
Took down Mbappé. He was clear on goal.
So a professional foul.
Yeah. There was a VAR check, but the decision stood.
So Barcelona's down to 10 men.
Yeah, which gave Real Madrid at least a little glimmer of hope.
A chance to, maybe?
Claw their way back, maybe.
So did they take advantage? Did they capitalize?
They did manage to get 1 goal back, Rodrygo. Brilliant free kick.
But even with the extra man,
they just couldn't break down that Barcelona defense.
So Barcelona, even down a man, they just didn't give up. They kept attacking.
It was honestly inspiring. They wanted to win. They wanted to make a statement. And they did.
It was a statement.
Absolutely.
It really felt like the start of a new era for Barcelona.
Yeah.
And it all started with that goal from Yamal.
Yamal, that kid is special.
He really is. Could be the start of a new legend.
I think so.
But it wasn't just him. Let's talk about some of those other standout performers for Barcelona.
Well, Pedri ran the show in the midfield. He controlled everything.
And Gavi.
I mean, he was just everywhere. So much energy, constantly causing problems for that Real Madrid defense.
What about Real Madrid? I mean, were there any bright spots for them in this match?
You know, honestly, it was a tough night for most of them.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Goal.com, they even said that Bellingham was practically invisible during the match.
Bellingham. Invisible.
Invisible. He just couldn't get anything going.
That's wild. He's usually one of their key players.
He is. But Barcelona just completely shut him down.
It's amazing. They neutralized Real Madrid's best players.
And that's what made this win so impressive.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a fluke. This was a tactical masterclass from Hansi Flick.
So Barcelona is back.
Yeah.
Top of Spanish football. Are they back?
They're back.
And this isn't just a fluke, right?
No, this is a team that's built to last.
They're playing with so much confidence, and they've got this young talent. I mean, it's exciting.
It really is. It feels like they finally turned a corner, and they're only going to get better from here.
So what are the key takeaways from this match? What can we expect to see from both of these teams?
We need to delve a little deeper to answer that. Let's do that in the next part of our deep dive. Mm-hmm. This Super Cup final, it felt like more than just a match, almost a turning point, you know?
Yeah, you could see the difference between the two sides. Like Barcelona, they had this youthful energy and this attacking mindset, while Real Madrid just seemed a bit, I don't know.
A bit out of sorts.
Yeah, like they were maybe at the beginning of a transition or something.
And that's what was so surprising. I mean, their defense, usually they're so organized, so solid.
Rock solid.
But in this match, they were all over the place. Goal.com really went in on them, pointing out how many times they were exposed, especially on those counters.
It didn't look like the Real Madrid we're used to seeing. I mean, they're usually the ones dictating the pace, controlling the game.
Right. But in this one, it felt like they were just reacting to what Barcelona was doing.
And it wasn't just the defense, even Bellingham. He had a really quiet night.
Yeah. You'd usually expect him to be all over the pitch, you know, dominating the midfield, driving the attack.
He's their engine, usually.
Exactly. But in this match, Barcelona just completely shut him down.
That midfield trio, Pedri, Gavi, and Frenkie de Jong, they were fantastic. It almost seemed like they had a specific plan to neutralize Bellingham.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. That's Hansi Flick for you. Tactical genius.
So for Real Madrid, this has got to be a wake-up call, right? I mean, what are they going to do? Do the sources say anything about how they're going to fix this?
Yeah, both Goal.com and Sportstar were talking about the need for some changes, particularly in the back line.
Makes sense.
They need to tighten things up.
Yeah.
And maybe bring in some fresh blood, you know, some younger players with more pace and energy.
It feels like they need to adapt because Barcelona, they're playing this new style of football, this high press, high intensity, attacking style.
Right. And Real Madrid, if they want to stay on top, they're going to have to find a way to counter that.
It's a crossroads for them.
It is. But, you know, Real Madrid, they're a club that always finds a way to win. So I'm sure they'll figure something out.
They always bounce back.
Always.
But on the flip side, for Barcelona, I mean, this win, it's huge. First trophy in a few years, it's got to be a big confidence boost.
Absolutely. It's a validation of everything they've been working towards under Hansi Flick.
It shows that their philosophy is working. They're committed to developing young talent and playing this beautiful attacking style of football.
And it's not just about developing young talent. These young players, they're performing at such a high level already.
I mean, Yamal's goal, it was incredible, but his overall play, it was just as impressive.
He was so composed, so confident. He looked like he belonged out there. And that link-up play with Lewandowski and Raphinha, pure magic.
It's no wonder people are calling him Messi's successor.
And speaking of Raphinha, he was just on fire in this match.
Unstoppable. 2 goals, and he was a constant threat down that right wing.
He was electric. So do you think he can keep this up?
It's the big question.
Can he maintain this form throughout the season? Can he challenge for the Ballon d'Or?
It's early days, but if he does, it'll be interesting to see how teams try to defend against him.
He's made a statement. Now everyone's going to be trying to figure out how to stop him.
And that's what makes this Barcelona team so dangerous. They have so many attacking options, so many ways to hurt you.
If you focus too much on Raphinha, you leave space for Lewandowski or Yamal or Dembélé. It's a pick-your-poison kind of situation.
It must be nice being Hansi Flick right now.
Must be.
To have that much attacking talent at your disposal.
But the most important thing, they look like they're having fun. They're enjoying their football.
And you can see that energy. It's contagious.
It spreads throughout the team, throughout the stadium. even to the fans watching at home.
This Barcelona team, I mean, they could be something special.
They could bring back those glory days, dominate Spanish football, European football.
But it's a long season.
It is.
And staying at this level, that's going to be the challenge.
Absolutely. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be tough matches.
But this Barcelona team, they have the talent. They have the belief.
And most importantly, they have the tactical awareness.
So looking ahead, what are the key storylines that our listeners should be paying attention to?
Well, the big one, it's obvious. The development of these young stars.
Can Yamal keep it up?
Exactly. Can he live up to the hype? Will Pedri and Gavi continue to improve?
And don't forget about Ansu Fati. He's another one with huge potential.
Oh, yeah. He's a game changer. Can he break into that starting lineup? That's going to be a big one to watch.
And of course, we can't forget about the tactical battle between Barcelona and Real Madrid.
Can Real Madrid figure out a way to stop that Barcelona press? Can they adjust their defense?
Because those matches, when these two teams go head-to-head, that's going to determine who wins the title.
For sure. And let's not forget about the Champions League. Can Barcelona translate this domestic success to European glory?
Can they compete with the big boys? Bayern, City, Liverpool.
That's the big question. We're going to find out soon enough.
But one thing's for sure.
What's that?
Barcelona is back. And they're a team that everyone should be paying attention to.
They are exciting to watch, that's for sure. This Super Cup win, it feels like the start of something special.
A new era.
A new era for Barcelona. An era of attacking football, beautiful football.
And for Real Madrid.
For Real Madrid, this could be a chance to rebuild, to reestablish themselves as the top dogs in Spanish football.
I mean, this rivalry, Barcelona and Real Madrid, that's what makes Spanish football so exciting.
The constant battle, the back and forth, it's incredible.
I want to get your thoughts on the bigger picture here. I mean, does this mean that the balance of power in European football is shifting?
It's definitely a statement. But it's too early to say for sure. The Champions League, that's going to be the real test for Barcelona.
If they can do it on the biggest stage
against the best teams in Europe,
then we'll know for sure that a new era has begun. It really does feel like we're watching something special unfold, right? Not just in Spain, but maybe across all of Europe.
Right.
This Barcelona team.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they play, they could be a serious contender in the Champions League.
Oh, absolutely. The way they took apart Real Madrid, a team that's basically royalty in Europe.
Right.
Sent a message.
Yeah.
A loud one.
And you know teams are going to be watching that match over and over, trying to figure out.
Oh, yeah. Studying it.
How do we stop this?
Dissecting it.
How do we counter this high press, those lightning fast transitions?
Because nobody's figured it out yet.
Nobody. I mean, imagine the tactical battles that are coming up. A team like Bayern Munich.
Oh, that's going to be a clash of titans.
Right. Bayern, they've got their own attacking firepower. Do they try to match Barcelona's intensity?
Or do they sit back?
Absorb the pressure.
Hope to catch them on the break?
I mean, it's fascinating, right? And we're going to see how Barcelona adapts to those different styles of play. Because in Europe, they're going to face teams that are more defensive, teams that will try to disrupt their flow.
Teams that park the bus.
Park the bus, exactly. So can Barcelona handle that?
That's the million-dollar question. Can they adapt and still be successful? Because that will determine if they can win in Europe.
But for now, I mean, they deserve to celebrate this Super Cup win.
It's huge. It's a statement.
A sign of things to come.
And they've earned it right. This team has been through a lot these past few years. They've had to rebuild. They've faced so much criticism, so much pressure.
Living up to the legacy.
The legacy of Barcelona, right.
Yeah.
But they've come through it.
Yeah.
Stronger, more united, more determined.
And they're playing with a style that's just beautiful to watch.
Beautiful and effective.
Exactly. It's not just about winning. It's about winning the right way. With passion. With flair.
Inspiring a whole new generation of players.
Absolutely.
Right?
They're showing the world that attacking football can win trophies. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the one thought, the one takeaway you want to leave our listeners with?
I want them to remember this match, this Super Cup final. Remember it because it might just be a turning point.
And history.
Not just for Barcelona, but for Spanish football, for European football.
This young Barcelona team, they have arrived.
And they're here to stay.
And for our listeners, I mean, don't just watch the highlights. Go find the full match. Watch the whole thing.
Yes, soak it all in.
See all those little details, those moments of brilliance.
Those tactical nuances.
Because it's not just a football match, right? It's
art.
It's art. It's a reminder of why we love this game.
Pure magic.
So we've covered a lot today. We talked about tactics. We talked about those brilliant individual performances.
We talked about the future.
What does it mean for Barcelona, for Real Madrid.
For European football.
But the deep dive never really ends, right? The story keeps going.
The narrative evolves.
And we'll be here to break it all down for you. We'll be back soon with another deep dive.
Can't wait.
So until then, keep exploring, keep learning.
And most importantly,
never lose that passion for the beautiful game.
because anything is possible.